You don't need to know how to recreate every updo, you just need to know how to break one down. Welcome to our wedding series. My name's Nicole and I specialize in long hairstyling with over 20 years experience. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break down any updo by looking at 4 key areas: the front, top, back, and sides, so you can feel confident recreating it and confidently talking to your client about what they actually want. I start every updo with prep, and for me that always means curling the hair first. Since all of the hair in this example is going up, I'm using slightly larger sections than I would if the hair were staying down. This gives me movement and texture without overworking the hair. Before I begin the back of the updo, I always section off the front of the hair from ear to ear. I'll leave this area for last because it's the part clients tend to want to adjust the most, and it's much easier to customize once the base is already in place. Because this client has thicker hair and it is going into a low bun updo, you can see that I'm holding my curling iron horizontal to the client and taking bigger sections to curl it. I really just want to smooth out her root and smooth out her ends and give a little tiny bit of curl with something to work for when I'm going to be working with the updo. I'm going to do another video all about curls alone, but as you can see, I'm finishing the back section and then I will move to the right hand side and then the left hand side. Make sure you curl away from the face. So on the right hand side, I'm curling away. On the left hand side, I'm curling away. And also before this, you want to communicate with your client about what part they want to wear and how they want to wear their hair at the top. Do they want a part, side part, no part? I discussed this with the client already. And you can see here, I'm just finishing the curls on the side. The key to having your curls hold in place is using a proper heat protector spray, a shaping hairspray, and then a finishing hairspray that's more strong that is used more at the end. And I also like to add in a shine spray as well for those ends that are a little bit dry. And finally, about the curls, you can see that I'm curling the hair and then kind of leaving the curls alone. You want them to cool down and you don't want to manipulate them. Give them lots of time to set and stay in place. And I don't touch the curls until I'm ready to work with them in the end. And then I'm going to finish the left side. So take a look. Okay, curls are done, and I'm just going to finger comb the waves out. You can also use a finger wave brush for this, where it's going in an updo. I'm being a little bit more aggressive with curling them out, and she has thick hair and her hair holds curls, so this is all fine. I want the curls to look together and more uniform and look good for when I'm going to manipulate it and put in an updo. Take some of the top pieces in the back, and then I'm going to start back combing. I'm spraying a powder onto the root, and then, or a texture spray. Actually, I think I use a texture spray in this video, but I usually use powder. And back comb the root so that I can give a nice volumizing look when I go to pin these pieces into the updo. This is sometimes overlooked by stylists, but once you back comb as much as you want, then you lightly go over the outer layer and smooth down any pieces where the back combing has come through. You don't want it to look messy, you want it to look smooth. Lightly spray your curls again with the shaving spray. That's a flexible spray that's not going to be heavy or strong or too much for the curls. So I'm sectioning the top piece, and this client has thicker hair, so I'm using an elastic to secure the hair and create a strong foundation for the base of the updo. I don't always use elastics for people, but this one I am. And then back home the ponytail itself to give it lots of texture. And where this is like the foundation of the updo, you can be messy, get it big, lots of spray, lots of texture spray, back home again, and then I'm gonna wrap it up into a bun. And this is really just a base. Sometimes what you do, if the client has a lot of hair like this client, you can create a messier base because the hair that you pull back from the sides and the top are gonna mask everything you just did anyways, and this is a nice foundation. Once the base of the updo is pinned, I bring down the top sections that are backcombed for volume and softly pin the hair into the updo. I'm focusing on blending rather than tightening, and I will backcomb mid-shaft to ends also. This approach keeps the style looking soft and full instead of flat or overly structured, and you can create some nice volume and like a soft touch here where this hair won't be pulled back tight into the updo. I love working with the back section and really securing it, getting the height, pinning everything. It's gonna have a messy middle, as you can see. You're gonna see how the curls are laying. I like to leave the ends out, and sometimes they could be looking crazy, but sometimes they work out good in the end too, because especially the piecey pieces hanging down out of the updos are very popular at this time. So pin what you can, see how it's looking, and then go from there. Don't be scared of the messy middle. There's a messy middle in every single service. There's a messy middle in makeup, and there's a messy middle in most aesthetics services as well. The end result will look so beautiful. This is a classic updo that I do a lot of, and I'm just lightly twisting the sides, pulling out some pieces so it's not so tight against the head, and securely pinning them with bobby pins, again leaving the ends out. I'll work on the ends at the end. Hopefully this voiceover is not a total flop. In the next video, I'll be showcasing some popular wedding hairstyles I've been seeing lately, and I'll walk you through the exact questions to ask your bride so you're not guessing. You can confidently create what they actually want. We're going to break down a picture, and I will give you a list of questions that you can have on hand for your consultation that you can ask brides. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you loved the video. If you're still learning, you're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe for more beginner-friendly wedding hair education, and I'll see you guys next week.